foundation for somebody that I'm looking for. And yeah, it's just really exciting to like talk to somebody who is excited to get to know you.
Wanted to mean something, set this so hard buzzing. Maybe that's where you come in.
So this is where you've been sleeping.
Hey guys, welcome to Little Black Book 91. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? If you've been following me long enough, you know. What did I tell you? See, when I tell you stuff, you need to believe me. I told you guys, stop getting excited about Ace. I told you, so many people were focused on Jeremiah. Maybe not my audience, but I'm talking about the wider world. We're focused on Jeremiah, calling him a narcissist. Focus on that situation there. You missed Ace. You missed Ace. You missed Ace. On the last video that we did, I did a whole body language breakdown. So we're going to do the same thing here. And what I noticed about Ace is his body language changes with two women, Huda and this young lady, Iris. Now, of course, we've seen him pull the moves on Shelly. And we saw how he pulled that move, that kiss head move. But the reality of the situation is, for him, it's a part of the game. But when his preference is seemingly, when his preferences come in, that he did the exact same thing with Huda as he's done with this young lady here, right? The body language shift. With everybody else, he's very much like, you know, I'm here. My forearms look good, but they look amazing. My forearms look wonderful. I just got to admit that. I'm so sorry. Look at the definition I'm getting here. Anyway, he's always here. But then towards the end of the conversation, he shifts it, right? He shifts it, right?
Hell yeah.
Is it comfortable?
Honestly, I don't know. Check it out.
Really comfortable.
Nice.
He's right next to her. He actually moved whole seats. Okay? He moved whole seats to be next to Iris. I just need you to deep that. Okay? Now, hey, listen, if you love the snow bunnies, I'm not shouting at anybody. Listen, if that's you, that's you. I'm not, this is not about that. What I'm saying is, listen, the game is the game. That's why today's video is, did you peep the game? Because did you peep the switch? Did you peep the switch that he made?
I don't know what my plan is. Like, usually I have a set plan.
Look.
First time.
He goes, listen, somebody who is always very much, I'm always talking to you from this perspective, and I'm always leaning back, and I'm talking to you from far back, way back. Yeah? Suddenly switched their whole entire game, even though he's already got Shelly in his pocket, and decided to go and sit right next to Iris. I wonder why. And then we saw the same kind of behavior with Huda. And I said to you guys, why is he so pressed about Huda saying, putting him on, putting him on the on blast about the pie game they were doing, whatever, right? And I told you the reason why is because he cares about Huda's opinion. And the reason why is because I think that's actually his preference. It's why he's been so hard on Jeremiah. I'm like, it doesn't even make sense, blood. Why is he on Huda's neck so much? Oh, it makes sense. Because you see, when you start see one, you're like, all right, cool. But when you see two, you're like, oh, we're seeing a pattern. Now, again, I'm not against it. If you want to date outside of race, I'm not here to shoot you down. I'm just telling you that peep the game. Peep that motherfucking game. And if you don't peep it, you're going to be left behind. Okay? Now, here's my thing about him and Shelly. I think he likes Shelly. I think him and Shelly are great, but there's a 5-year gap between the two of them. Okay? Number one. Number two, Shelly playing the same game he playing, which is I'm not going to commit until you commit. Okay? All right? But in this situation with Huda, it looks like he's willing to take a little bit more of a step. Now, when I say step, I mean that in physically. He didn't step forward for her necessarily, but he's shown some towards. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Right? And that's why I said about the Amaya situation. That was not his type right there. We already know, because man discounted her, threw her away in the bin. But we'll talk about that in a little bit later. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about another couple. Okay. All right. So another couple. All right. Jeremiah. I want to call him Martin Luther Jeremiah, because what the hell was going on? Martin Luther Jeremiah with a straight cut. You know what I'm saying to you? Clearly they got barbers in there because the cut is sharp. I'm so sorry. His cut is absolutely sharp after a couple of days. There's not a line or crinkle in there, which makes me think either we've got a barber in there that we're not being told about, or we got people behind the scenes that are taking them outside of the show and helping them look good. And if that is the case, I am sick to death of them doing black women dirty here. Because whenever their hair starts going awry, the black chicks be the ones that be just suffering all the time. And if we can get somebody to barber up a lineup, we can get somebody to do up new hairstyles for the black women, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, blood. Yeah? I don't want to hear nothing about the budget, because we've got Negroes with a lineup. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm just wanting to be fair. I want to be real. You know what I'm saying to you? I want the woman to keep looking, you know what I'm saying to you? Yeah? They should be able to have new, fresh hairstyles. It might take a couple of hours, but hey, if you committed to black folk on a show, you know what I mean? That's a part and parcel of what we're going to have to go through. Okay? All right? Wade in the water. Wade in the waters, oh my soul. Okay, cool. Let me just play this clip.
I'm always, look at me, I'm always making you breakfast.
That's not what I'm talking about.
You're mad that another man helped you make breakfast instead of me?
While you're standing there.
So now it's like, every time you do something nice for me, I'm supposed to just jump in and take over? I don't get it. You said that you wanted to make breakfast, so you made breakfast.
Now, obviously, let's be honest, yeah? Okay, all right? Let me be for all of you, okay? Let me be for all of you. Now, this situation between this situation between Jeremiah and Huda is quite interesting. Let me tell you why it's quite interesting. I think it's interesting because when you look at Jeremiah and Huda, I believe she's a fearful avoidant, the way that she deals with things. I know people keep talking about the anxiety aspect, but fearful avoidants also have an anxious aspect to them, which is why they start self-sabotaging. But anyway, so in a second or two. In this instance, okay, what we are seeing is what happens when you have silent expectations and expect them to be met. If you don't open your mouth and say this is what you want, this passive aggressive, I call it manipulative aspect that a lot of avoidance, I'm going to avoid it myself, get into is very jarring and very annoying. Because what it does, it puts these silent expectations, and when they don't get met, they blow up either in your face as like an argument, or the other aspect is that they go into what we call an avoidance deactivation strategies, stonewalling, creating emotional distance between you, shutting down. Now, we saw a little bit of this with Jeremiah. Jeremiah, I believe, is also a dismissive avoidant. As much as he talks about I'm a healthy communicator, I know he wasn't, because when the situation happened with the boys telling him about Huda, right? He literally shook her hand instead of having a clear conversation. So he can talk about how he's a great communicator. He's not. He's not a great communicator. A dismissive, avoidant kind of person, he's not a great communicator. Okay? You like to think you are, but onto your challenge and under pressure and dealing with anxiety and stress, how do you communicate your needs? Now, I do believe that this aspect means that now we've seen a bit of that a cycle. I think with Jeremiah, what you saw with Huda in this particular episode was that he was unable to hear the frustration. I shouldn't say frustration. He was unable to hear the need inside of the complaint, which is not easy to do, by the way, and that's why a lot of us have work to do. It's not easy to hear someone's needs inside of a complaint, because the way he took the complaint was almost as if she was personally attacking him. Now, of course, the way she kind of says some stuff, I'm going to explain what actually happened, but maybe I'll do a separate video for that. I don't want to go too deep in this aspect, right?
How do we get way out of track? Because maybe this is just how I believe men should treat their women.
Aish. Now, obviously, Huda, and something that, Huda did something, and I knew it was going to happen because she didn't think before she spoke. When you go into saying, maybe this is how men treat their women, and you're acting as if that's the standard when you asked Taylor to help you. He didn't just come and help you. Okay, you were putting a false expectation on Jeremiah because you weren't getting your needs met, and because you've not trained yourself to ask for what you actually want, which is I want this. This is how when we want something is I want this. This is what should have come out of her mouth to say to Jeremiah, so he knows this is her need. But because she did not know how to say that, because she's always afraid of rejection and abandonment, what she ended up doing was manipulating the situation. And a lot of avoidant people do this. They end up manipulating the situation. Call it what you want, because I know therapists are going to call it a nice way. I'm going to call it passive-aggressive manipulation, because a lot of times I've done it, other people have done it. It's manipulative a lot of times because it forces the other person into a situation where they're having to read you and understand your needs from a mind-reading perspective, right? So and then they are punished for not meeting your standard. Yes, it's manipulation. I'm going to call it out. So if you're somebody who does this where you don't tell the person what your actual need is, but you make it into an argument and then you make it into a situation, and actually instead of telling the person, this is what I need, you start using, well, Taylor came over and he actually helped me with breakfast while you were just standing there. Why didn't you tell him that you wanted him to come and help you make pancakes? If you done told him already that you wanted to make pancakes for him or for yourself, why are you switching the goalpost? It's manipulative. We need to call it out for what it is. Okay, all right? We need to call it out for what it is. Okay, now the aspect in this situation is with Jeremiah, the problem is that we saw this in episode 9. Jeremiah also isn't a great communicator. Instead of actually communicating, he shuts down. Right. So the last episode, we saw them having a conversation because she came over because he had been told by the boys that she wasn't really feeling him. And instead of him to go over to Huda and say, Huda, look, give me an hour or two. I need to get some things from my mind. We're going to talk after. Instead, she came over and he almost swatted her off. I'm like, I don't want. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm good. Bro, you're not. You're shifting, right? You're shifting at the fireplace, bro. Okay. You're shifting like a fireplace. So unfortunately, what we saw with Jeremiah is that he shuts down when when he feels like he's been hurt, and there's not him reaching out. He shuts down. So we saw in this episode here that actually he could not hear the need in the complaint. What he heard was, she's trying to get at me. And what he needed to do was take a minute or two, a breather, just to reframe what she said.
Oh, I can just find like the most nitpicky thing I can complain about it. I'm far from perfect. I'd mess up, but like the fact that me not knowing someone's making me pancakes because I already made you pancakes changes this much.
Now, I'll be honest with you. He needed to call her out. Okay, he did need to call her out. What he needed to say was, hey, look, I really appreciate you bringing this to me. All right, you've let me know what your needs were in that immediate moment, and you're holding me to a standard, but you did not communicate that to me at the time. Now, I feel a little bit bad because I've not been able to understand that was your need, but I want to be very real with you. I can't address a need that I've never been told is a need. So if you hold it against me that Taylor done X, Y, and Z, Taylor did, because you know what I'm saying to you, Taylor did. Maybe he saw something, but you've not communicated that to me. So if you've not communicated that to me, you can't then hold me to that standard. But now I know you want me to help you in the kitchen, whatever. Let me know, voice it to me, and I will definitely come over. Right? Are we cool? We good? Now, that's very hard to do. Let me do this now. As I'm saying this is very difficult to do because you also feel attacked in that immediate moment, which is why I'm saying to you, sometimes there are certain conversations that you're going to have to take a bait. You just have to take a break. And it's funny because I was praying earlier on this week. Yeah. I had a dream about something and then I was like, Lord, what's the answer to this thing? And then as soon as I started watching Love Island, I said, I know the answer. And I saw it. She made a complaint, which was actually a need. And because she does not learn how to address her actual needs, she made it a complaint, which is what's going to turn into the argument. So when I'm hearing a complaint, what do I hear? Oh, I hear you trying to blame me. Now, the key thing is actually to really try and be able to listen. And sometimes I may need to take myself out of the situation to hear what's really being said in that immediate moment. I think you're trying to tell me that you have a need here. What is the need that you have from me? And so actually, that's to anybody here. If you ever have someone giving a complaint to you, probably ask the next question. Okay, I'm hearing a complaint. What is it that you need from me in future so that I know what to do? Because if we stay at the complaint, I'm going to feel like you're always blaming me rather than looking at, okay, how do we then begin to make sure that your expectations are being met so that there isn't a complaint next time? Okay. So that's not easy to do. But it's just something I noticed with Huda and Jeremiah that they needed to start working on. I felt like in that particular space as well. Okay. And of course, she's complaining about other things. Let's go to did you peep the game on this one too? Okay, because there was more game that was peeped. There was more game that was clocked here.
Not even but one thing. Sierra is definitely somebody that I can see myself 100% with. But definitely if you talk about the future, I'm still open to everything. You still got to talk to everybody and explore every route and every avenue. I don't want to get into anything without knowing.
Let me just pause it here to say this now. Peep the game, okay? All right. Okay, peep game on this situation. I want to be honest with you, okay? Oh, let me tell you this now. Any man that tells you you're my type and then goes, everything, you're everything I ever needed, right? But never ever tells you what he ever needed, probably he's playing some games. Let me just say this now, okay? If you're unable to articulate what you actually want, okay? If you're unable to articulate what you actually need, Okay, they're probably playing games. Now, the same thing is Iris did the exact same thing. By the way, Iris did the exact same thing. She did the same thing to Nick, threw the same thing at Ace. Okay, all right. So we've got two people here. We've got this guy here. Is his name Pepe? I don't even know what his name was. Pepe, all right, and Iris do the exact same thing. When anyone who throws game at you, talking about, you're the type of person I definitely want. What type of person? Like, you're everything I've ever wanted. What is everything you ever wanted? I don't know. What are you talking about? What is it you're talking about? I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from. Because when you're lazy, and part of the game is lazy, this is part of it, right? You only articulate the fact that the person meets every requirement, but you've never expressed what the requirement is. What do I actually like? What do I actually need? Like, for me, I'm a person that likes intellectual conversations. I like deep conversations. I like things that are going to challenge me and stir my mind. So if you ask me why I like you, I'm going to tell you I like you because, first of all, you are a beautiful girl. You know what I'm saying? So your face is banging, body's banging. And here's the thing. Okay. All right. And here's the thing, right? Let me just be real with you, is that, I love the fact that when we have conversations, you're a deep thinker. I'm a deep thinker, and I require somebody who's also a deep thinker. Now, you know what I'm saying too? So when you start hearing that kind of game rhetoric thrown at you, where it's like, oh, you're everything I ever needed. And look what ended up happening. You end up kissing Hannah. Now, let's be honest, especially men, I'm going to be honest with you. A girl throws themselves at you, you're probably going to say yes. Okay, in its early stages where you are not committed to anybody, I can understand. Hannah threw herself at him. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Call it what you want. Yes, he threw a little bit of game, but my girl threw the panties at him. I mean, Hannah, we have to talk about Hannah. Hannah is a self-saboteur. We need to talk about Hannah in a second or two. I will deal with her as well. She's a self-saboteur, and if she doesn't fix this now, forget about Love Island. She will do this in relationships. In fact, Hannah is the red pill girl that they talk about. You know the girls that the men that always crying about how women they're cheaters, they did it. Hannah is that girl they're mentioning. Let me tell you why. Because she's not ready to commit. She's a self-saboteur, and that when she doesn't feel safe, she immediately jumps. Now, my camera went off. Damn, I forgot. Hold on. And I realized my battery went on my phone. But she's a self-saboteur. You know what I'm saying to you? Okay. And so in that moment, right, she knew this because in episode 9, she told us this. Episode 9, she told us herself, and I've changed my camera, I apologize, guys. She told us herself that, look, I'm going to be honest with you. My camera has changed here. I do apologize, guys. I'll put my other camera in a second or two. But she said it in episode 9, right? She was like, she lacks toxicity. Yeah, exactly. And that she is afraid to commit to things, right? And I said, yeah, she is going to ruin Charlie in the highest way because all she wants is to be desired. That's actually her biggest threat. Her biggest issue is that she always wants to be desired. Now, the problem with somebody who always wants to be desired is they don't care where they get it from so long as you're desiring them. And they are never going to be satisfied. I'm not satisfied with where I've been. Okay? All right? She's not satisfied. Okay? And that's why she threw the panties straight at Pepe. She didn't even let the brother breathe for a day. She's like, I don't want to be tied down after the first day. Well, I'm not satisfied with where I've been.
We can probably do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll be waiting.
All right.
Don't put in your head, oh, they're kissing or she likes him or this, that. No, she's getting to know someone. Do not worry about that man. You should not worry about that man until she tells you to worry.
I want to pause right here. Never believe a woman that tells you don't. Never listen to a man or a woman that tells you don't ever worry about that. Shut the hell up. Whenever they tell you, listen. Whenever someone tells you don't worry about, shut up. Shut it. Shut it. Shut your dirty stinking mouth. Listen. When anyone tells you that don't worry about it, as soon as they start telling you don't worry about it, start worrying about it. It is always the first words that begin the answers of the madness. Whenever somebody says, if you hear, listen, it is like thunder before the lightning, or the lightning before the thunder. The lightning before the thunder. It's like the lightning before the thunder. Like, honestly, I'm telling you, as soon as if it's them, their friend, whatever, as soon as they don't worry about that person until they shut it, Shelly, shut it. Have some class, have some shame about yourself. Shut up. Yeah, and the reason why you say that is because honestly, it is like the lightning before the thunder. Because whenever the reason why there is something to worry about is because honestly, most of the time, your spirit is telling you something. Right? And you see, instead of her to validate how she felt, do you see the difference? Right? Do you see the difference between what Shelly does for the boys and what she does for the girls? Because, and it's not a thing. It's just that when men and women are dealing with each other, they do things in different ways, right? With Shelly, Shelly literally sat with Huda in her madness and was like, Huda, I understand where you're coming from. I totally get where you're coming from. Totally validated what she said. Immediately when it was Hannah with Charlie, oh, don't worry about that girl unless you want. Immediately invalidated him. That's what I'm trying to tell you. See, with men and women, you have to be very careful. When you go and get your advice, be very, very careful. When you go to the opposite sex, be careful. Make sure they love you. Make sure the person who you're going to advise for rates you. Because what ends up happening, sometimes women will end up invalidating the man. And ladies, be very careful what man you go to, because sometimes that man will invalidate that woman. You have to be very careful who gives you advice. Okay? All right? Be very careful who you get your advice from. Okay? Be very careful who you get your advice from, because they will honestly send you to the gallows. Okay? They'll send you to the gallows. Look, Austin is getting played by Shelly. I haven't told you. Austin needs to quit this stuff. Austin and Shelly, Austin, quit it. Ace can have Shelly whenever he wants. I want you to understand this. Okay? Ace can have Shelly whenever he wants, which is why I'm saying cut it. Now, Charlie's one's a little bit more different, okay? He doesn't know. He didn't really have a baseline. But the moment that Hannah said, and he has to be accountable, by the way, because I tell women to be accountable. The moment someone tells me I got commitment issues, let me fix that for you. Yeah? Whenever they start dropping that central C point, you must see the point. You understand what I'm saying to you? Whenever they drop that central C point, you must see the point. Because whenever someone says, I got commitment issues, as soon as I hear that, my brain goes, oh, 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 oh. You need to start running. And what you must understand is Shelly's not innocent. Thank you. Shelly's not innocent. Oh, no. Don't get it twisted. You see, taking advice from someone who's a game player about how cool you should be when they're game playing other people is crazy work. Crazy work. You taking advice from somebody who's actually playing people is crazy work. Azima say, hey, you know what I'm saying to you? Yeah? Shelly's got her own game she's playing. Now, poor Charlie, but he has to be accountable. Because once you put your heart on the line for a girl who tells you she's got commitment issues, you can't save her, blood. You can't save her. No, you can't save her, bro. Trust me, I've been there. You're gonna find out the hard way. You're gonna find a hard way. Oh. She didn't even look, and then she even got on top of him. Oh, I'm telling you. Oh, the spirit of the cheater is in there, brother. The spirit of the cheater is in there, blood. Brother, you need to let that go. Let it go. Let it go. Oh. Let me tell you why Charlie needs to let it go. Charlie needs to let it go because here's the thing. The moment he steps away from her is the moment she also feels scared. You see, the reason why she's able to jump from Charlie to Pepe, to Pepe, is because she has a secure base. Oh. We know how we know this? Because Serena did the exact same thing to Old Boy as well. Serena did the exact same thing to Old Boy last year too. Now, of course, it worked out in their favor, but I told you about some of the behaviors that if she doesn't fix some of those behaviors, whether you do 1 year or 2 years, you're going to find out probably later on that the person can't cope. Just saying, you know, I know they're everybody's favorite. I'm just telling you, if you don't change those behaviors where she was lashing out, you're going to find out later on. Sometimes we get excited because, and I said, listen, hang on now. It's a power play. Well, you must understand, it's a power play. Hannah only makes that move because Charlie's invested in her. You see, what you must understand about fearful avoidance, let me tell you something, because she's a fearful avoidant. I can tell by the way she's behaving and moving around. They have to secure a base. Okay? All right? They have to secure a base. They have to know that you like them. When you like them is when their commitment issues start to pop up. Just pop up. You know what I'm saying to you? It's when you start liking them. Same with dismissive avoidance. Dismissive people, it's when the commitment starts. Right? Charlie needs to get on his bike and on his way because it's going to get worse. The more he commits to her, the more she's going to do him dirty. And then she's going to start, and I'm telling you what will happen. If he keeps on staying there, here's what's going to happen. She's going to be like, I just feel so bad. Like, I'm new here. I'm trying to explore. Yeah, she is. So let her explore. I'm open too now. No, we're not connected. I'm open too. Oh, don't be like that. Shut it, Hannah. Shut it. I'm going to explore. Okay? All right? And move around. Okay? Move around. All right? Do I think Austin has a chance? Absolutely he has a chance. A chance to be at second place. A chance to be second place. Look, the thing, and here's the thing. Look, women might not tell you the truth. Let me tell you this now. I will be careful. Be very careful what I'm going to say. There's always someone that she's... You see Ace... and Austin. The problem with Ace and Austin is that Ace already knows he has Shelly. Shelly is buying her time. Ace actually isn't buying his time. He's willing to move on. That's the difference between Ace and Shelly. Shelly does not have a viable second choice. Austin is not a good second choice because she genuinely doesn't like Austin like that. She does not believe they have the chemistry that they need in order for her to be able to make a choice. So the power is in Ace's hand. Now, Shelly can play the game all she wants, but she's really buying her time for the right kind of guy to come in. Now, if another guy comes in that is fine, good looking, has a chemistry, that is her type, then fine. Ace has a competition. Right now, there is no competition. Like someone commented my thing about Ace is putting work in. I said Ace is putting the bare minimum in because he's so open and then does I'm gonna do a little yoga thing. I'm gonna do this little thing here. I'm gonna do this little thing here. And it's just floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee. And I said, if that's all he has to do, okay, if that's all he has to do, then broski, Austin, you gonna struggle. Your counterpart ain't even working hard, blood. Your counterpart ain't even working hard, blood. One or two conversations here or there, and then does a little yoga thing. He's in. He's in. You know what I'm saying to you? You're fighting a losing battle, bro. You need to let it go. Okay? Let it go. Oh, this time we'll let it go. Okay, all right, let it go. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Alandria and Taylor. Okay, all right, Alandria and Taylor. Let's talk about this situation here.
Being on a roller, how the hell you find time to like?
So,
Because is your routes long though?
it depends on the week. So this week may be different. That week may be different.
How's like your work schedule? Like is it?
Monday through Thursday. No at all.
So if Monday through Thursday is your schedule, what do you do?
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Yes, he is. I agree. Austin does not like her. Austin does not like Shelly. Let me tell you why. All the things that Austin ever does, right? Okay, all that Austin ever does is actually, like I said, they cuddle, do those things. Austin is leading her to sex. There's nothing. Austin doesn't like her like that. I'll be honest with you. I don't think Austin likes her like that. I'll be really honest. Austin doesn't like her either like that. Do you know how I know? Because he ended up kissing her mind on a couple of episodes before that, right? Austin is just interested in sexing with Shelly. There's nothing. He is not like her like that either. Okay, so they're using each other. He should stop crying about it. So I agree with you on that one. But
Friday through Sunday.
Friday through Sunday, kind of like probably go see my grandma. Or we gonna have a kickback. Just some small thing with friends. Yeah,
Right, like that. I like
okay, so Alandria, Taylor, and I don't know what his guy's name. What is guy's name? Please tell me what his name is. Okay. Let me tell you this now. The reason why Taylor didn't play the game well is because he doesn't like her. Taylor does not find Alandria attractive. Sorry, he's not attracted. Sorry. He told Ace this a couple of episodes ago. Right? A couple of episodes ago, he told her, he said he doesn't like her. Right? He doesn't find her attractive. That's the biggest issue. And so what Taylor's trying to do is he's trying to make sure his place is locked down. Yeah, he doesn't care about her. He just want to go home. You know what I'm saying to you? Taylor ain't investing in Alandria. Not even close. Not even close. Right? Now, does Jalen really like Alandria? I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Right? We'll have to wait and see. He obviously went for her. We'll wait and see. So we'll have to wait and see in that. But, and not only that, the fact that he's asking the man then for game, I said, you asking the man then for game? Broski, I said, you got a problem. Now, am I saying that men don't ask men for other advice? No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm really saying, though, is we got a problem. And the reason why we got a problem is because actually the reason why Taylor's asking the man them is because it's coming from a place of he's not motivated. So he can't think on his feet. Okay? He can't think on his feet. You see, when a man likes a girl, he's motivated. Motivated to do more. But Taylor isn't motivated to do more. He's only motivated to do what he needs to do. Of course, Taylor was interested in Bella A. Yeah, he likes white women. We can tell. Again, do you know what frustrates me about Love Island on UK and US? But US does a better job of hiding it. They choose black men, and on purpose, by the way, on freaking purpose. They choose black men who do not like black women. And it frustrates the life out of me. Look, let me tell you this now. I will be voted out early because they know me. If I get into that villa, hey, I think the white women are great, but I'm so prejudiced in the fact that I like black women. I can only see Shelly and I can only see Olandria. No offense to Huda, no offense to thinking I might get excited. I might even do a little one or two things. I'm saved and sanctified. I'm no longer about that life no more, so we wouldn't be doing that. But I'm just saying, I could do my one or two things, but the people that I'm going to see a future with, the people I'm going to actually see a life with, are only going to be Shelly or Olandria. They're the only two. And you will be able to tell because of the way that I move with Olandria and Shelly. These man them here don't like black women. You can tell. And they don't hate them. This is not a hate thing. It's more of a case of their preference is snow bunnies. It's snowing every season. Isn't it the most wonderful time of the year? Like, that's okay. I'm not mad at it. I just wish they stopped. I just wish that it would start choosing black men that actually like black women. And it's telling me that we're on these shows for punishment. You know? So I find it frustrating, you know, at points in time. But yeah, Jalen seems to like Olandria. We'll wait and see. We'll pay attention and see how it really goes. You know what I'm saying to you? And see how these people actually operate on the show as well. But I love to see you know, that Olandria is getting the attention that she deserves as well, because you know, she's a stunning woman, beautiful woman, you know, and she seems smart and intelligent as well. So you know, I would love to see more for her as well, because Taylor ain't it. He don't like her one single bit, and I don't want to see you know, that on my screen anymore. If you know you're not interested, get out of here. All right, quickly, last one I'm talking about really here is obviously Iris. Can we talk about the fact that the man? Can we? I'm gonna say something. Yeah, I'm gonna say something. Say something. Da, da, da. Okay, let me tell you something. Okay, so I'm gonna say something. Did you repeat the game? I need you to repeat the game. Okay. Now, I think that Iris is a wonderful bird. Okay, all right. But I want you to peep that both Nick, I think it was Nick, who else? Someone else said it. They said, what a wonderful body she has. I want to be honest with you. When men start complimenting your body but not your face, pay attention. When they start complimenting your body but not necessarily your face, that you're actually only attractive because you have a great body, be very careful. Be very careful. When someone says, oh, what an amazing body you have, but they don't like your face, you got to be careful. Okay? You got to be. Because what's next about to happen is you're probably about to get used. Look, the reason why, look. A man that really likes you wants your face before your body. Let me be honest with you. I'm not going to say every man, because there are some men that are going to make an exception to the rule. Okay? I'm going to say that again. An exception to the rule. Okay? All right? An exception to the rule. But the reality is that when men compliment your body and don't talk about how pretty your face is, how good looking your face is, like how they love looking at your face, right? There's always a problem. Your body is making up for your face. And in fact, you know what? In episode 9, when Iris is coming out, when she has the whip the first time, she acknowledges that she's got a great body, but she never talks about her face. And that's when I knew Iris is a problem. I said, Iris is a problem. She's very seductive, sexual, but I wonder if she has true value of herself. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. But I'm going to go there. When Iris came out of that, when in episode 9, she had a whip talking about how, you know, she knows she has a great body. Why didn't you say have a great face? Why didn't you say you have a great face? Because you lead with your body and you know that your body sells. The problem with that is that you don't really ever really fully know whether that man really likes you or not. You only know that he finds you sexually attractive. Which means more than likely, you don't rate your own face. And if you don't rate your own face, that's a big issue. Because you tend to lead with your body more than you will with your face. And whenever you and see, and this is just, and it's not all men, but I want to tell you the majority of men do you know what it was? I remember I had a conversation years ago with one of my guys, and he told me like how his girl, I remember he asked me a question. He said, "Bro, do you like face, bum, breast? What's your thing?" And I said to him, me personally, I like body. And he was like, "Nah, bro, for me, it's always about face." And I was like, I hear it, but I'm more of a body person. He was like, "All right, cool, your thing, innit?" He's like, "For me personally, though, when I fall in love with a girl, I like a girl, it's always her face, bro." And the reason why I said body, because at the time where I was at, it was about body, because I didn't even rate my face at the time. So people that often move off their body, which usually carries sexual energy, I also was liking girls based on the body and sexual energy. And I think a lot of men are in that space. So when a man is always about talking about how great your body is, how great your breasts are, how great your boobs are, he's always touching upon you, but can't talk about how fine your face is, blood. That when he looks at your face, he just melts. You see, it's in the face that the man begins to surrender. I'm telling you some secrets out here, kids. Now, they might not tell you this, but I'm exposing the game for you. You know what I mean? My last point before I have to get off here. Okay? All right? My last point before we got to get off here. The man that really like you, like your face, bro. Physical attraction is a massive thing for men. They like your face. So if he's too interested in your body, too much touchy with your body, but don't look at your face and be like, "Rah, who is this girl? Your face is stunning." More than likely, what's probably happened is this. He thinks he can't get the girl that has the face that he wants, so he's gone for the body. I will never. I will never surrender body for face. I'm going to tell you the truth. In the past, I would have done it. I will never do it again. Because you always end up settling. In most cases, you will always end up settling. The moment you surrender body for face, you have to wake up to a face every day, my guy. The body can change. You see what I'm saying to you? So whenever you're invested in a body, I'm like, that's gonna turn into a sexual thing. And when sex gets, it gets to a point where sex is just sex, bro. What are you gonna do then? Okay, it's the face. Hey, shadadabasapa, car, Lord, give me strength. Hey, I just don't want you to suffer. Okay, all right. I just don't want you to suffer. You know what I'm saying to you? I don't want you ladies to suffer, and I want the man them to start being real with themselves. Stop dealing with girls that you know that when you show it to your boys, you're even struggling to show it to your boys because you're not sure. Girls, stop choosing man them when you're like, you say to your girls, but he's a lovely man though. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Wait. The right person for you is coming. The right person for you is coming. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like the right person is coming. Because the moment you start to you have to wake up to that face. I don't want you to suffer. Anyway, I gotta go. Okay, all right. That's been my review of episode 9 and 10. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'll probably be back on Sunday. I'm going to drop another episode for you guys as well. My oh my, don't ever, please hear me correctly. Okay, all right. Don't. You know what I'm saying to you? Yes, you're right. We saw it with Clay and we saw it with AD. Brother said, "Okay, body." Nigga didn't even say nothing about her face. Okay, body. Yeah, because he wants a slip of hair. That is it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Any man that tells you how much great your body is, but he never complimented your face, it's a problem. It is a problem. Your face, someone has to look at every day. Okay? I appreciate you guys. Say lots of love. We'll see you again soon.